I'm muted? Oh shit. Okay. All right. Had this guy by me. So, first episode,
Oh, shit, what?
Talk No Jutsu. I think that's a pretty good name, right? For a
Taco Juice is solid.
podcast?
I
I
would have
looked it
been
up.
good.
Oh, go.
Nah, I was just saying, like, I would have been good with that one or Weeb World. I feel like I like both. I like both.
Yeah. I was looking up. I was like, bro, no way somebody doesn't have that as a podcast name yet. And hopefully I don't get fucking sued, but I didn't find anyone. I was like, okay. That's like fucking, it's right there. Everybody
Yeah,
knows that shit.
it was open. It was open for the taking for the creatives, I guess.
All right. First topic. Which one's the easiest? I think maybe MC.
MC, because it's
Yeah.
very subjective, you know.
I'll let you kick it off. See.
All right. I mean, we're talking favorite MC. We talked about metrics. There's a lot of metrics you can go off of, but I'm looking at character development. What character changed the most from the beginning to the end, or emotionally had his character arcs. That's kind of what you look for, like even in movies and stuff. Like
Mm.
that's what makes a good movie. Like what kind of internal change a character went through. And when I think of that, it's a basic answer, obviously, but I'm thinking Naruto. Naruto changes the most from a kid. He's went through the most. He had that whole, when he fought the inner demon inside of him, that was huge. Kind of being able to forgive everyone. He's always been that character that's above everything, even though everything's kind of went against him. I feel like he grew the most, even going from that little immature kid to now he's the Hokage. So when I think of the perfect MC, he comes to mind.
That's valid. Well, what would you say to someone saying that that's fucking hella mainstream?
It is. It is. I mean, I could give you non-mainstream answers, but I'm being honest and I'm being objective. Cause and like we had this conversation earlier, there's so many metrics, like we talked about that one kind of type of character like Goku, Gon, Luffy. They're by no means bad characters, but they have little to no character development. But they're great main characters. Um, I just, I mean, if we're talking character development, yes, it's mainstream, but it's also the best. You know, it is the best. I challenge someone to give me some that have better character development. I mean, off the top of my head, I can think of maybe two that are comparable, and that's
Mm.
Mob from Mob Psycho and Aaron. That's it.
That's valid. That's valid.
Yeah.
Somebody that watches Slice of Life right now is like fucking boiling. Their skin's boiling.
They hate me. They hate me. But hey,
All right. For mine, I know I said that yours is mainstream. Mine is still mainstream. I'm not fucking being like creative. I'm not being different. But I gotta go with Luffy. I have to.
and
Luffy
I
is
respect it.
solid. I mean, yeah, character development lacks, but in a shonen anime, I feel like that's kind of the norm. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they don't really go out of their way to like develop shonen characters, and I don't think they need to. But the thing that sets him apart, at least for me, and like from Naruto, is just the way that his crew and anyone like that fucks with him, the way they interact with him, the way it's like it's beyond friendship. It's like a level of respect that like not a lot of MCs get, especially in shonen.
Mm-hmm.
Like even Jinbei, someone who's like older than him, who has been through more shit, he still sees him as his captain and like doesn't even question him, which is like crazy.
and and I think that's where characters like Luffy and the ones that I mentioned earlier shine because that's kind of how the character is made. That character works. That character type works. The whole, the ideal, pure, strong-hearted character works because of the cast around them. Same thing can be said about Dragon Ball Z because we have Vegeta and Piccolo around them. They kind of make Goku look great. Same thing with Luffy. All his entire crew makes him look great. Um, Even with Gon, a lot of people like Killua more than that's not like a weird thing to say. People like Killua more, but like he kind of empowers Gon. He makes Gon stand out. Same thing in Luffy's case. So I see it.
Luffy shits on Naruto. Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck.
Let's not do
Hey, his
this.
friends respect him.
We're not gonna
Naruto's
compare two
friends,
legends.
Naruto's side characters ain't even his friends. Let's keep it a buck.
They love him. They love him. What I mean, we're not talking. I'm not gonna announce Boruto right here. I don't want to get into Boruto, but they like him. I'm not a Boruto stan for anyone watching. I'm not, but I'm just putting some respect where it's due.
Nah,
He's
I
a
heard
good
that.
Hokage,
I heard that show's getting crazy right now. They're fighting like Jurassic Park. They had Jurassic Park break open and shit.
I think. Look, okay, look. It's off topic, but look, Boruto. There's potential there. It's the problem is execution. Anyone that's actually seen the show, that's seen like the main arcs. The main arcs aren't bad. They're very entertaining. They've explored a lot of different topics and character development. Boruto, he goes through his thing. He fights his internal battle. It's different from Naruto. That's where you have to really give it credit. Entirely different. But you have to give it credit. You have to give credit where credit. As a show as a whole, no, it's not that great. But if you kind of took away that filler factor, or if they kind of changed directions, because I know they are, Boruto is ending soon, and they're gonna do like a part two soon. So maybe if they want to change directions of how they, execute the show, there's potential, and we see a lot more of Naruto. We actually see a lot more of his growth as a character. He matures even more, from seeing him as a team. Because the oldest we know of Naruto is when he was like 17,
Yeah.
and then he's way older now.
I just hate that they went from villages versus villages and like Madara, but they went from that to like these external forces. They're all like, not all of them, but they're a lot of the villains are now like relatives of Kaguya. They're from like this fucking other world clan, and it's not really like now. I mean, I haven't seen Boruto, but what the fuck's Kabuto doing? What's Rock Lee doing? How relevant are they now?
Yep.
I feel like those characters. I mean, not Kabuto, but Rock Lee,
Yeah.
the fucking Gara, his brother. I feel like they were pretty big in Naruto, even up to Shippuden, and then they kind of just fall off. They like kind
I
of
mean,
forget
yeah.
about them, and I feel like that's the main thing I don't fuck with. But
I agree. I mean, that's a missed opportunity for sure. Again, it's an execution thing, or I don't even know we can really put it down to, but we need to look at the bright side. Some characters did get their shine, and
mm,
they don't get talked about. I mean, yeah, there's characters like Rock Lee that didn't get their enough shine as much as deserve, but some characters did, and yeah, maybe they did. The story, I feel like they could have explored more, like you said, with the villages, but it's over now. There's nothing going back with it. I I still love it for what it is. I still think they tackled it right. They gave good representation to the other villages. I feel like every village was unique in its own way.
mm.
So at least they did that right.
How do you feel about the power scaling too? Because I feel like, I mean, just from an
Ooh.
outsider, it feels like now the power scaling's all out of fucking, like it's all over the place, and like people like Zabuza or even the Akatsuki are kind of like irrelevant in terms of
Oh
power.
yeah, 100%. It's a lot like Dragon Ball Super. We watched that and we saw how the power scaling was all messed up, and it's kind of the same as Boruto in Boruto. Um, I wouldn't say it's a bit more justified in Boruto because in Dragon Ball, it just looks like these characters have gotten strong out of nowhere, or they're competing at a level which shouldn't even be possible. But in Boruto, it's more just like they took it up such a notch that yeah, it's not human versus humans anymore. That's what the battle was. Now it's more like humans versus aliens, I guess as you call it. They're aliens, they're gods. So it's entirely different structure. Yeah, I mean, it's getting to a point where you can't even consider Boruto a part of Naruto. It's like its own thing
Mm.
almost. It's like a whole new landscape of power scalings coming out. But again, it's gonna come down to execution. I don't know how they're gonna do the other characters.
Yeah, I mean, if they do what I heard with like Boruto becoming kind of like the Sasuke of
Mm,
the original Naruto, where he's got like more darkness in him than I don't know who the counterpart is.
Kawaki.
Yeah, I think that would
Yeah.
be sick because that's like a complete 180. Seeing Naruto grow up and him being like so wholesome, always looking at the good in people. That
hmm
would be dope.
I've
We'll
seen a
see.
theory about that too. Like, because the first episode of Boruto, it starts off with Kawaki and Boruto. They're like older, they're like teens, and they're kind of having a showdown in front of the Hokage summit, the mountain or whatever. And it kind of looks like they're fighting, and they have different goals in mind. And I've seen theories that Boruto maybe is the one in the wrong. Maybe he's the one that's went rogue, kind of like Sasuke. And Kawaki's actually originally a villain. Now he's actually the guy. He's actually part of the village. He's the one trying to save the village. It's a possibility, and I think it would be a great again
Yeah,
for a main character. Pretty awesome.
that would be a fire turnaround right there. If that happens, I'll watch it. And I've been a big
Yeah,
Boruto hater. I don't fuck with Boruto,
we
but
gotta give it space to. We gotta let it grow.
yeah.
Yeah, we gotta wait. It's definitely a waiting game right now.
Now, I think those are valid arguments for MCs.
Mhm.
I swear, if somebody like comments some slice of life MC, oh, he got all the bitches at the school. He went from a
Like I
player to like a lover. Like I don't want to see that shit.
I've seen some slice of life animes. It's not the same, man. We can't, you know. I'm not against you guys. Like I've enjoyed some. It's not the same, you know. I don't watch those animes for the same reason I would watch like a shonen, you know.
Yeah,
So different. So,
yeah.
but yeah, character development. Her best MC. I don't know. I don't see it.
All right. Hot takes.
Ooh.
Something that the entire anime community would spit on you for saying. Let's hear it.
Okay, so I have a hot take. And you know, some may actually consider hot take, some may not. I feel like it's split pretty evenly, although it probably has a bit more supporters on its end, and it's regarding Demon Slayer. I think Demon Slayer, it isn't a bad show. I'm not saying it's getting carried by its animation. A little bit it is, but it's a great show. I love Tanjiro as a character. I love the pure heartedness about him. The whole Mugen Train scenes about with him were awesome. But the show as a whole is kind of mid, and I hate to say it because I think it's one of the better new gens, but it's not the best new gen. I think we take Jujutsu Kaisen for what's out there. We have a movie and a season. It's a better quality than what we have of Demon Slayer. It just lacks quantity right now, but we're gonna get that. We're gonna get that eventually. And another one that I consider what I believe is the best new gen is Vinland Saga. Again, probably, and that's another conversation on its own. I think it's like probably one of the greatest character development starts in any anime ever. I have that above Demon Slayer. So, I mean, if I have to rate Demon Slayer, I don't think it's not top two. It's like 3 or 4 in terms of talking best animes in new gen. So the story is not that great. The villain, I guess we're kind of scared of him. He looks like Michael Jackson. I don't know, bro. And all of them are scared of one guy, some old guy that we haven't even met before. So maybe we'll
Yeah.
get some more detail on him. But yeah, I'm not really scared of Muzin. I guess we got more to see. The cast is okay. I like Inosuke. I like Zenitsu. But regarding the Hashiras, I'm not really pulled in. It feels like they're starting to get their arcs, but initially they come off as really strong, but once they start fighting with Tanjiro, it just doesn't make sense. And even Tanjiro's growth, like how is he getting this strong? I
Yeah.
mean, I need an explanation. Like, why is he so different from Inosuke and Zenitsu? It's not just because he's training on the mountains, right? It has to be for some reason. So, as a character, I think he's slightly lacking, and the story is it's basic, not bad, but just not great either.
I like Demon Slayer, but I agree. I mean, and the fact that we're what 3 seasons in, 2 seasons.
Yeah, yeah.
We're only two
Starting to.
seasons in. I don't think there's that much left to adapt from the manga, right? There's like 2 more
Yeah,
seasons max,
it's getting there. Yeah.
and it just feels like there's no way they get all the Hashiras involved. There's no way they go in depth with them. So they're kind of showing us what 8 characters that all look cool. They kind of gave like a little hint about their powers, but we're not going to get to know them. We're
Mm-hmm.
not going to get to see them in action. We're not going to get to see them fully fleshed out.
I agree, 100%.
It it feels like if it were 6 seasons, something like My Hero, I think there would be a lot more development, a lot more like to see for a viewer. But yeah, so far I feel like it's like, oh, Tanjiro's gonna fight this guy now. Then he has a mini training arc, and then now he's like
Yep.
way more powerful. Like it's just I don't know. And he's kind of a sidekick now, right? Like he's always next to a Hashira
Yep.
every
Yep.
arc. He's just kind of like
He's never the strongest. I mean,
yeah,
which is fine. You don't have to be the strongest, but we're with these Hashiras, and there's really not much to like about the Hashiras.
yeah,
Yeah, they're strong, and but they barely have a backstory.
yeah.
And let's talk about Rengoku. Amazing character. He's probably my favorite character in the show, actually. But it's a very basic story. I feel like they could have took time with him and just the other Hashiras and really expand them out. Again, just a lot of like untapped potential there. But I don't know. Maybe that's what he's going for. Who knows?
And then also the side characters, Inosuke, Zenitsu. I want to like them, but they really are just side characters. I feel
Oh yeah.
like they don't go. I mean, we don't have any information on them. Like Zenitsu, they kind of showed us his teacher, and like, but like, there's nothing to grasp. But like, I don't really care for them. They're cool. They're like kind of funny sometimes. They come in clutch sometimes, but like, it's not like a Sasuke type of feel, or like a Nami, someone where you're like, damn, I'm also rooting for them. It's kind of like they're the sidekick in the show,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it's kind of like, eh,
And I feel like we need to give Demon Slayer the same treatment we give Dragon Ball, because a lot of things that people have, a big problem that people have with Dragon Ball is like, oh, Goku's the only one that does things, like Goku's the only one that fights, he's the only one that beats people, like he's the only one that has big moments. But that's the same thing with Demon Slayer.
yeah,
Tanjiro is only one big thing. Zenitsu and Inosuke are like, and yes, we know they're side characters, so they're not gonna have the main thing, but they gotta have a moment. Let's see them shine, man. Let's Them shining will make Tanjiro shine more as a character. That's what we need more of. Like we're not gonna get much more development out of Tanjiro. Again, he's one of those characters that's kind of already perfect. He's pure of heart, strong from young. We need the side characters to kind of really take over, have their moment, and make him shine. But I don't think Inosuke and Zenitsu are gonna get that. At least we haven't gotten that so far. Maybe they'll prove me wrong later on, but that's something they need to work on.
we haven't even talked about Nezuko. How the fuck is she handling her own against these demons that have been fighting their entire lives when she's sitting in a box 99% of her day? Like,
They gotta have a good explanation for that. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm assuming they're gonna tackle that, but they better have a good one for that one.
because she hasn't been through training.
Yeah.
She hasn't been any. She's honestly, like, mentally, she would still be that same person when her family died, like,
Yeah. She's still that kid.
in the snow village and all that. Tanjiro's at least gone through some training. He's had masters. He's, been in life and death situations. She's just coming out the box and like swinging like crazy.
Yeah. She's like upper demon level already. She's like fighting with him. What's going on?
That's I don't know. That's
Let's see.
all right. I agree though. I think it's definitely overrated. And I don't think any Demon Slayer fan, you have no defense. Like, I'm sorry. It falls
And we
flat.
like the show.
It is good.
I want to clarify.
Bro, animation, we're talking animation. I mean,
It's the best. It might be the best animation
it's
ever.
clearing,
Like,
but like,
but I mean, yeah. Let's talk about story.
we didn't even get into the fact they are the most money hungry sons of bitches ever.
Oh yeah.
The movie that's out right now, it's what,
on,
3 episodes of recap, and then I saw that it's a filler episode at the end.
Yeah.
Like, what?
That's supposed to be the first episode of the new season.
That is insane.
That's a money grab. It's a money grab. And they know, that's a fan base thing. They had one of those fan bases. They probably made a good amount of money. They're probably going out there. So, can't support that.
All right, my hot take,
Let's hear it.
which maybe it's more of a hot take than Demon Slayer. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I start a new revolution in the anime industry. Bleach is mid. Bleach is mid. I mean,
Trying to hold it together.
even just comparing it to the big three, and we don't need to just compare it to the big three, but comparing it to those two, let's see, Naruto has better side characters, better goals. The world development, I guess you could argue because they kind of kill that shit too. But I want to root for Naruto. I feel for Naruto. I'm like, damn, Naruto's been through some shit. He's been in the hood. He's been in the trenches. And then we got Luffy, who hasn't been in the trenches, but his goal that he cemented with his two brothers as a kid, he's pursuing it. It's this goal that not many people can reach in that world, right? It's something almost unattainable. So there's like something to go for there. Then we have Ichigo, the kid living in the suburbs, you know? All right, a disclaimer, I'm only 287 episodes in, but I'm almost fucking done. I'm almost there. But he's over here in high school. He got his little hose, you know? He's a cool guy. But there's no goal besides helping his friends, whatever. What MC can't do that?
I don't know where to start. Like, my blood is boiling inside because I cannot disagree more. Sure, Bleach. I don't think Bleach is as good as Naruto and One Piece. Sure, but as a show, it is top notch. I have it in my top 10. It's clearly in my top 10. It's not going anywhere from my top 10. Look, there's each. So that's one thing. None of the big three main characters are like at all. Naruto is nothing like Luffy. Luffy is nothing like Naruto. Same thing counts for Ichigo. Nothing like both of them. He, they're all classic shonens for sure. But I can't agree on that at all. I feel like Ichigo definitely has depth to his character. I think the anime hasn't covered all of the mangas, like hasn't adapted all of it. You definitely get more of it when you get to the Thousand Year Blood War arc. You really get to see kind of what makes Ichigo special. And I know I tell you this all the time. Like, there's a reason why Ichigo is special, because there is. He's quite literally built different. And I'm not like, I don't even mean the jokes. He's built different. He's a different monster. He's one of the strongest MCs ever. And the drip, I mean, the forms, the Vasta Lord forms. You're That's not even the best form yet. I mean, come on. I love the battling personalities with the Zanpakuto, the White Hollow inside of him. Incredible. The trauma that he's go through with his mom, that which even that has meaning. It makes him who what he is right now. I just think the character has so much potential. Yes, he doesn't have an ambitious goal, but his goal is to literally just live a normal life. And unfortunately, he was cursed with the ability to see ghosts, as we see. That's like the basis of the show, unfortunately for him. But there's definitely more to his character than the eye can meet. Sure, it's not like a physical manifestation that he has, but there's definitely emotions in there. I think he's a brilliant MC. I think he's brilliant.
Listen, I got another 30, 40 episodes to go in the beginning of Bleach, and then I get to the Thousand Year Blood War. Maybe I get swayed. I hope so. But the other part of it, besides him, I feel like lacking in as a main character, I think the story lacks. I think comparing to Naruto, comparing to One Piece, comparing to any like 4+ season anime, I feel like the stories, they go really in depth in the world and the purpose every character has, the villains. It just seems like, oh, there's a bad guy, Ichigo's a good guy, he has to save his friends, he has to save the world, whatever. It doesn't grab me like in Naruto. Madara, that guy's a villain. That guy, he wants to take over, he wants to control everyone. Like there's something to like talk about there. Then there's also the side character stories that they go in depth with Shikamaru, with Rock Lee and Kakashi. Like they have these characters that you learn about, and they're all kind of tied into the same thing. I didn't even mention Itachi, but how his story is connected to Madara, to the village. Like there's so many different like levels of story there. And then One Piece, we have the government, we have the four Yonkos, we have the I mean, there's just so much, the 100 years that they don't know what happened. There's so much history to uncover. And in Bleach is just like, oh, Aizen was his villain, which they knew about, right? Well, they kind of knew about. So this is they knew he was a villain almost, and they let him reign free in the Soul Society, kind of just like, oh, whatever. They pinned it on Kurosaki and then the rest of the Visored, but it's
Okay, so my rebuttal to all of that is Aizen is that guy. Aizen is one of. I think Aizen is falls short only to Aaron when it comes to manipulation. I think he is the second greatest manipulator in all of anime. The way he's, and I don't know if you've got into this parts yet or not. That's we'll see when you do. But he's manipulated the whole story from the very beginning before Ichigo's even born. Like he's been in full control. These when he was a captain as a society, no one actually knew he was a villain. People loved him. Like what's her name? I think Hinamori, right?
yeah.
The bun girl. She like they all loved him. Like he's like I said, he's a manipulator. He's a master manipulator. He manipulated the whole Soul Society, including Yamamoto, the head captain, arguably the strongest
Don't
character in
get me
all of
started on
Bleach,
that old fuck.
which is an amazing character, another amazing character. But like, I think in terms of just villains alone, he's the single greatest villain ever created. Just the way he has everything you would want. I think the only thing he's maybe lacking is a backstory. We haven't fully gotten to understand his character. But like I said, there's still a lot to adapt. There's still a lot to learn. And I think that's where Thousand Year Blood War are kind of shines. We're getting a lot more light to some of the background stuff. We're getting it a lot to like, especially Ichigo. I think that's really going to clear up Ichigo and kind of bring into light why Ichigo's that guy. And I don't know. Yeah, sure. I would agree. The side characters aren't as well developed, but I think when we're talking about world building, the world building is great. We got the whole Hollow World down. We still haven't even tackled the spiritual realm, the whole spirit realm where all the captains live, and even that goes even deeper than that. Even the movies, actually, the movies even tackle even other parts of the. I'm forgetting the name of the spirit place,
Soul
but
Society.
Soul Society, right? The Soul Society is pretty deep. It's like a whole nother world. We have the Earth, the living world, and the Soul Society is a whole nother kind of like its own entity. And there's so much more to it. And you know, I think definitely they could capitalize more on like the side characters like Chad, Orihime, and Uryu. But I think I think Blood War, the Thousand Year Blood War, is going to expand and kind of prove us wrong when it comes to that.
I hope so. I'm still gonna watch it. Like even maybe some people are gonna be like pissed. Oh, why do you hate it so much? Why are you still watching? Like I hate that shit. It's a big three. I have to watch it. But
Sure.
and I'm hopeful. I hated One Piece at one point. But I also
That's crazy.
I didn't get One Piece at the time. I didn't like the jokes all the time, like Usopp. I hated that. I love that now. I think that's the biggest thing, honestly. But
That's a hot take for another day.
yeah. But
Yeah.
I'm hopeful. I'm open to it. Ichigo proved me wrong. Inoue, can we write her a little bit better? Like, what is this shit?
Fair.
Kurosaki-kun. That's all I hear. That's all I hear when I think about it.
It's an incomplete story so far, so we'll just leave it that. It's an
All right,
incomplete story so far.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
So it's about to be 30 minutes soon.
Okay.
We could jump into what are we missing? Top 5?
Top 5. You can keep it short.
Yeah.
Works. You want to take this one away?
Yeah, I'll go
got?
first. I'll go first.
I'm curious. I don't even know this. So.
I just know like the people that like they watch Slice of Life, they watch all these different genres. They're gonna see this shit. They're gonna hear it. They're gonna be like,
Less.
fucking normie.
The isekais onlys are gonna jump in. They're like, no isekais, not enough, man.
Oh, that
Enough.
reminds me. I should put Mushoku Tensei in my top 10, but we'll do top 5. Number 1, and will always be till I am in the grave or in an urn. I don't know. We'll see. It's got to be Hunter x Hunter. It's Hunter x Hunter all day, every day. Listen, I'll just make like we'll make like a quick claim on every placing. Hunter x Hunter. I don't love Gon. He's a cool MC, whatever. Killua is cool. The side characters are amazing. I mean, the story's amazing. The villains are amazing. I think every arc has something good about it, and is like so different compared. If we compare it to like other animes, like there's a training arc, there's the York New arc. I mean, Greed Island is so different, like out of the box. Hunter x Hunter number 1 forever. Love that show, and I hope my boy could just fucking take a break, let somebody else draw his shit for him, because goddamn, it's unfinished. We need more. Number 2.
Better, man.
Number 2. One Piece. I mean, this guy right here, you know? One Piece.
Oh, yeah.
I felt some type of way at the beginning. Honestly, it took me like till after Skypiea.
That's kind of crazy.
That is crazy.
That's
what arc is after Skypiea? That's
after Skypiea.
Enies Lobby? Is it Enies Lobby?
Be. I think they went to go get Frankie. No, after that, yeah.
Yeah, Water 7 then. So Water 7 first, and then Enies Lobby. That's where it like I was like, hold the fuck up. Like these characters, and then Robin, the development, like crazy.
That's late. That is late.
Yeah, dude. Wow. Skypiea, honestly, when I started the show, I got to Skypiea pretty quick, probably within a month, and then I got to Skypiea halfway through, stopped watching for like 6 months.
That arc is dog.
I was like,
I'm not lying to you.
Like I couldn't care, and then I wrapped it up, and then I was like, okay, mid. Honestly, Eneru, come on, or Enel.
Enel, yeah, Enel.
He was a god, and then Luffy's just his number 1. Like he can't even touch Luffy. Like I was like
that matchup,
losing my mind. But yeah, One Piece number 2, and I will stand by Hunter x Hunter as number 1, even when One Piece reveals all the secrets we've been waiting for. But One Piece is great. Number 3. Gotta go to Attack on Titan. I don't even need to make a claim. I think
that says it all. That's very reasonable.
Some of the best storytelling ever. Some of the best animation, and just like how they capitalize on the story is just great. Great writer.
Yep.
Number
you don't
4.
Even have to say more.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
Number 4. This is getting tricky now. I think, and you're gonna hate it, but I think it has to go to My Hero. My Hero has been on an incline for about 3 seasons now. It hasn't stopped getting better, and I don't know what's in store. So you know, like number 5 is Naruto, by the way. That's why he's mad, but I don't know what's in store. Naruto is complete, so it's kind of a risk to say My Hero. But I mean, Deku, the development he's had, going from the whiny baby in episode 1 to now he's like Batman. This guy is crazy, bro. I don't want to fuck with him. He needs a shower. Showers don't want to fuck with him, bro. But and then the development with Bakugo as well has been crazy. Hopefully Iris isn't watching, but the fall off of All Might.
Alright.
It's sad.
Too far. We're going too far right now.
It's really like damn, the student surpassed the master and now forgot about him. And it's kind of tough. But I think is it's on the up and up. And then number 5, Naruto. Not much to say. I mean, Naruto's
It's a textbook
up
classic.
up until Pain. I think it's perfect.
Okay, I don't like.
After Pain,
I don't like.
it goes on a fucking steep. I mean, or after wherever Madara ends and Kaguya starts, I'll give it that. Madara,
Okay,
that
that's
was a fight that
acceptable.
we were waiting to see. But then Kaguya comes out and it's kind of like, what the fuck is this? They kind of they hoe out Madara, to be honest.
It's not
He
a hot
was
take.
this
It's very common.
he was this villain that was talked up for so long, and then he kind of just gets overshadowed by Kaguya, who they've never talked about up until that point. So, but yeah, Naruto 5. We'll see if anything ever knocks it out of the top 5. But those TikToks I get now and again, where it's like those sad moments, that shit hits. It hits still.
That's the closest I've ever gotten to crying.
Yeah, they do the
Naruto
sad
scenes.
moments so well.
They be killing me, man. God. But I won't argue against your list because I like all 5 the ones they're all in my top 10. So I and even with my top 5, I feel like they're all interchangeable, really. And I'm probably gonna get some shit for this. And I might get some fans for this because it's a bit unique, and at least I like to think so. But I'll start it off. One I got. There should be no surprise. Naruto. Naruto's my number one. It not only is the story and villains amazing. There's a lot. Naruto's a classic. I feel like I don't have to explain that. Everybody knows why it's good. But it also like there's an internal like emotion for me that kind of like it's very nostalgic for me. I've like known about Naruto. I've seen Naruto since I was in kindergarten. Like I grew up on literally 4 shows. It was Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, Dragon Ball Z, and Naruto. Those were like the 4 classes that were the go-to. I know those better than anybody. Like that's what I like. So yeah, Naruto just hits different for me emotionally. So that's why it's pretty set at number one. But I will say I'm not set in stone at being number one. I believe that animes are getting better, and there will definitely be a time where I think Naruto might come down. But yeah, it holds a special spot. So that's my reason for one. Second, which is some would say this is very very high, but I have Haiku at second, and my justification is that I love sports anime. I'm pretty sure that's my most watched genre. I'm pretty sure I've seen every single sports anime.
Wow.
And I've seen every sports. I'm talking about rugby, like fucking cricket, like I've seen tennis, basketball, soccer. I've seen them all. And Haiku is the best of the sports anime. I think it's the king of that category. So I think it rightfully so belongs there. I love the dynamic between Hinata, the main character, and Kageyama, who's like a secondary main character. If we're talking, for being honest, and yeah, I love their dynamic. I love that it's very team oriented. Um, that's what I like. It's a very happy-go-lucky show. If you want to be in a happy mood, go watch some Haiku. Um, so that's why I got Haiku there. Third, I got Mob Psycho 100. This is one of the greats. Again, people are gonna say this might be a little too high, but this is my personal choice. This is one of the greats. This is a masterpiece. Just a slightly overlooked masterpiece because I feel like it gets enough credit, but not enough actually, because Reagan as a character is brilliant. Mob, the development from this shy little boy with these psychic powers that can't socialize with people, doesn't has no self confidence, and his growth from season 1 to what season 3 I think is insane. I mean, you watch the first episode and you compare it to the last episode, and it's insane to see. Like Mob is a different person. Like his character design stays the same, but he's a very different person from start to end. So yeah, one of the best character developments. Again, that's something I highly value in the show. So that's my reasoning for that. And Reagan is arguably one of my favorite side characters of all time. Great show. Fourth, which some people argue it's a little too low, is One Piece. There it is. And One Piece is like the biggest kind of wild card pick here because I feel like One Piece has the potential to be one, and that's huge for me to say because I hate it on One Piece sometimes because which is mainly the pacing's fault. It's not my fault.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's all. That's only con to me in One Piece for One Piece for me. I feel like the pacing sucks. Other than that, it's a damn near perfect anime. I mean, there's not really much to complain about it. The only two arcs that I didn't like was against Skypiea, which was and then the Fishman Island arc with the fight against Hordy. Hordy, yeah, it was very mid arc. Both of those two. But other than that, all the arcs have been great. Not a single complaint. And I got hooked way earlier than you. I was hooked on Arlong Park, specifically at the moment when Nabi like was on her knees crying, and then she asks Luffy for help, and he comes over and puts that hat. Like that moment hooked me. I was like, I'm in. Like I was in for the ride since then. So I love One Piece. Again, has the potential, really has the potential to move up, and I think by the end of it, it might be, in my top three. And then fifth and final is the one that makes a lot of sense: AOT, Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
One of the greatest characters, best story ever written. That's all I gotta say for that one.
Valid, valid. I will say, I liked Arlong Park. I was a little hooked, but it falls off. It falls off right after. But Arlong Park was, I still think to this point, he's probably the best villain, right? Arlong.
Yeah, Arlong
He
was
was
good.
He was evil. He was a good villain.
People underestimate him because he was so early on.
Yeah.
He was an amazing villain.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely top tier.
Also, his design, his territory, all that, I think it was pretty solid.
That was a good start. And I mean, you not liking One Piece until a little bit later, it's not like bad
Yeah.
because pre time skip and post time skip, One Piece are like two different shows basically. Like, and it might even be a hot take. I like pre time skip just as much, or possibly even a little bit more. And that might be the nostalgia talking, but that's just how much I like it. But that's like again a personal preference thing.
Yeah.
They're almost two different shows at that point.
I also think, even if you watch every anime there is, there's no anime that can prepare you for One Piece just because of the pacing of it is so different. Like,
It's a one of a kind.
Like Naruto, if we're talking in terms of Naruto, the point where Water 7 is, that would be episode like 150. Like it wouldn't be that far out. So it's like when you get to that pacing after watching Hunter x Hunter, Naruto, or any other short anime, it's so slow. It's so hard to like pick up because it's like you feel like you're watching nothing every episode, and it's kind of like, what is happening?
Yeah, and I think that's where One Piece shines. There is no other anime like even close to it. Every other anime has some sort of replication. We look at Naruto. That's Black Clover is a ripoff
Yeah.
of Naruto. And I love Black Clover, but it's a ripoff of Naruto. Like all that stuff is like you can replicate that. You can't replicate One Piece.
No.
It's just you can't do it.
All right. Well, anybody watching, you want to throw in your top 5, comment that shit.
Give
I
us some
will
hot
judge.
takes.
We will judge.
Yeah,
We
that's
will
gonna
call
happen.
you out. If it stinks, it stinks.
And you can judge us too. But it's fair game. All fair game.
And anybody that has Demon Slayer top 5, top 10, I'm looking at you with a side eye like that. Some freak shit.
Talk to me, bro. If you got Demon Slayer top 5, talk to me, bro.
Freak shit.
We need to put you on some anime, just something to watch, man. Something.
All right. Well, I think we're done here now. I think that was pretty solid.
Yeah. Good.
Now it's like 40 minutes.
Does it as longer than I thought.
All right. Well, we'll see you next episode. We could do we have some shit. Shit.
Ideas. I got some ideas.
And then we can start keeping up with like weekly animes and like kind of throwing them in there, whatever anime we want to highlight that week. So that'll be cool too.
And then whatever the people got,
Yeah.
whatever you guys got, throw it in there. Let's talk about it. Let's hear what you got to say. Let's hear what we got to say. I mean, I wouldn't be against getting people to get on the call. Let's talk to people that are watching. Let's see what you guys think.
Yeah.
Not about us. It's a community as a whole. So let's
get some slice of life anime watchers, and then maybe they convert us. They convert us.
We'll be fair. Go ahead. Come defend defend yourself. I mean, let's hear it. So yeah.
All right. This has been Talk No Jutsu. Bye bye. That was pretty solid.
It was good. It was good.
That was fast.
I was surprised we hit that mark.
When I sent like the three topics we were gonna talk about, I was like, bro, is this enough? And then after we stopped talking about top MCs, we were already like 15 minutes in. I was like, okay, well.
Yeah, we're kind of have to. Not bad though.
Yeah.
Bad.
It's fucking hot in here. Goddamn.
I felt like I was talking a lot though.
I think that was solid.
Solid.
Yeah. I think we have very different ways of talking, and then we also have different opinions. So it's like a good mix of, differences.
True. Yeah, we definitely talk very different. I think that definitely, because it would be boring if we were like
agreeable,
the same fucking way and shit like that.
Yeah.
Interesting. But yeah, I think definitely just I gotta be prepared better next time. So, because I definitely could have made some better arguments in some cases. And then we probably have to pick just topics that kind of. I think we have to work about flow.
Yeah.
Those three were good topics, but like they ran longer than ideal. I think 20, 30 minutes is like the sweet spot. Yeah.
And then we can have like kind of like reoccurring segments. So I have like written down like anime battles, but in the sense of like this anime versus this anime, and then we kind of list out like pros and cons of each, and then just put them head to head, and then see which one we end up favoring.
That's actually like a really big thing on like anime TikTok. They do a lot of like not like anime versus anime, but they do a lot of like character fights, like power scaling stuff like that. So I think that has potential. See how people go.
You heard about that power scaler guy?
Yeah, that dude's freak. That dude's freak. Didn't he make like someone eat his shit or something?
Yeah, he did some weird shit.
That dude's weird, man.
And he was like the most poppin' of like the power scaling or whatever.
He's the biggest.
That was crazy.
And now, weird, man.
Yeah, I think this was a good test to see like how the length of conversation, right?
Yeah.
Like maybe we don't have to have a million segments because just a couple will be enough to fill in.
2 or 3 is definitely the sweet spot. We're kind of listing something new. One that I really want to do is like a would you. I haven't thought of anything in specific, but a would you rather would be very interesting in an anime edition. Would you rather?
Yeah, we could throw in like trivia too.
Yeah, literally shit like that. Because no one's just listen to us talk about our anime opinion, making it something interesting like that.
Yeah.
Like you said, reoccurring would be good. Yeah, I think we'll probably like if we run through a couple segments, we'll probably find one that we're kind of like good at, and that's gonna be like our niche right there. Just have to see what people like. Not bad.
Solid. Probably just get a bunch of clips from that. Fucking
whatever sounds interesting.
I'll just start off every clip with like a hot take that we say, like how I said Bleach is mid. Just start the clip off with that. Somebody that watches Bleach is gonna be fucking pissed.
They're like, what the fuck is he talking about? Demon Slayer's mid? What? That was my second anime I ever watched. No, it's good. Come on, man, grow up. They're lucky. I was actually being pretty nice, man. I could have been a lot meaner.
Yeah.
Maybe next time. I was actually that was actually one of the things I was debating. Like, do I want to be like the negative guy? Like, are people gonna perceive that as a good thing or bad thing?
Yeah.
But I don't know.
All right.
Maybe being mean might be the way. Who knows?
I think so. I mean, we're gonna be
like
mean.
A good cop, bad cop might be a good thing. Yeah, like that might be the idea.
Cause like, and also think about who you're being mean to. You're being mean to the people that have like Nezuko on their pillow type shit. Like,
yeah, we gotta have like a fan base for picking on. I like the idea of picking on Life of Slice. Cause I'm good with that. Fuck them. And Demon Slayer. I'm okay with picking on them. It's what it is. We'll see if it gets any traction on TikTok. That's nice. Someone just can respond. And I kind of threw in that join in our call one because that's
Mm-hmm.
actually one like a tick. That's one of the, like the TikTok podcasts that I watch. I don't actually watch the podcast. I just like watching the TikToks of it.
Yeah.
But that's literally what they do. They talk about like random topics, like would you rather's or just like weird shit like that. And then they'll get literally call. So it's like them having
Mm.
conversation with the person, just random people. I don't know who they are. They're either like relatives or just people they know, or maybe even like commentators. And they always just get like funny ass responses. They just get like ghetto ass responses. It's funny that way. It's like a good way
That'd
to
be
kind of
pretty good.
spice up,
Yeah,
and it's a
have
good way to get them included. You know.
right. And then I mean, can't even imagine the different type of opinion some
Oh yeah,
third party would have. So yeah.
yeah. Like let's get a Demon Slayer fan in here, man. What the fuck do you got to do, man?
Let's
You
get
gotta say,
a My Hero fan that likes to ship Deku and Bakugo.
yeah. Like let's gotta get those people a platform, man. Let's hear them out.
Yeah.
So see.
All right. I think we can swap over to the other
James.
call. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Ivan, for watching. Hopefully that was good. I think that was good. That was a good conversation. I'm gonna end this now.